Shabbat Shalom, L'chaim, L'chaim. This week's Torah portion is Tzav. It opens up with an explanation of some different sacrifices. Basically, Moshe Rabbeinu is commanded to teach Aaron and his sons about all these different sacrifices they will have to offer up at the Beis HaMikdash or in the Mishkan. And it starts with the Korbanot and the Korban Shlamim. The Korbanot is one it's the ascent offering. It's completely offered up on the altar, completely consumed on the altar by the fire. The Korban Shlamim, parts of it are offered up on the altar, and completely burned. And other parts are just cooked and given back to the person who brought it for them to eat and share with others. And the very end of the Torah portion is Moshe Rabbeinu brings Aaron and his sons, and they encamp in the sanctuary for 7 days. And this is part of the ritual of inducting them into the service of the Beis HaMikdash and the service of the Mishkan. And they will have to do all these sacrifices. Now, I heard this beautiful shir by Rav Zamir Cohen, where he was speaking about those two offerings at the beginning. The ascent offering, the Korban Oleh, and the peace offering, the Korban Shlamim. And he says that the ascent offering is fully burned and fully eaten up on the altar. It signifies our relationship with Hashem, the individual themselves and their connection to Hashem. And the Korban Shlamim is called a peace offering because it's there to bring peace between man and other men. That's why parts of it are given back so that they could share it with other people and bring peace between them. Now, connecting that to something I experienced this week when I was at work, which was that I was working on a lot of medical data. And this medical data, exposed me to all these different kinds of conditions, medical conditions of varying severity. And when I was thinking about all the medical conditions and thinking about this Torah portion, I think that I found a connection that brings out a good lesson. And you're welcome to let me know if it doesn't. The connection that I drew was that sometimes a person has an issue with another or with themselves. Maybe they have a big ego and they can't get over it, or they're too prideful, or they have an issue with someone else and they're not going to they're not going to gain closure with that other person. In this situation, it signifies the Korban Oleh, the ascent offering. Because what a person has to do is they have to take their ego, for example, and break it apart. How am I being egotistical in this situation? And break it into every nuance of where I've gone wrong in this situation and offer that up to Hashem. Say, I'm breaking it apart. I'm learning what I can from every little aspect of this situation that has gone wrong in my life. And I'm going to learn from it and I'm going to move on. And that's me and Hashem. That's how I'm going to grow in my avodas Hashem. So that could come through ego, through pride. It could even come through your relationship with other people if there's no gaining any closure. And you need to just make growth steps yourself. Then there's the Korban Shlamim, which is the peace offering. That's between you and other people. And the peace offering could be a situation that you do get into with other people. Something you've done to hurt someone else, or something you've just done wrong to other people for any varying reason. And what needs to happen there is parts of it you learn from, it's your own avoda, you offer it up on the sacrifice, but other parts need to be spoken about with that other person. It needs to be shared with them. And the two of you need to get closure together so that you can really grow from the situation together. And what you're doing when you do that, when you speak about these tough situations together, you actually save your relationship. You actually bring peace between you. By not talking about it, you allow the relationship to disintegrate. But by speaking to each other and breaking into these difficult issues, you allow yourself to build a relationship and to bring peace with each other. So that's a deeper look at these two offerings that we see in this week's Torah portion, the Korban Oleh, our relationship with God, and breaking apart our own situations, our own personal issues. And then there's the Korban Shlamim, the peace offering, digging into those relationships and the issues we have in our relationships in order to bring peace. Shabbat Shalom, L'chaim, L'chaim.